Next on Deck with Tim Black.
It happens often on X. I can go and say the color is blue, and I will be met with so many disrespect.
People don't like Democrats right now. Live with it. I was watching the clip from CNN. There was a CNN segment that was interesting to me. They were complaining about Elon Musk. What is it with Elon Musk? He's become like this person. Everyone's going after this guy. Everybody hates him. I'm not here to defend him, but they had a whole segment about this guy. It seems, or a large portion of this segment is about Elon Musk and about Twitter, X, and it's just crazy. So we got to cover this. It just seems a little strange. Here you go. It's strange.
Harry, I want to ask you about this idea of media takeover, because after Elon Musk purchased Twitter, changed it into X, there's no doubt that he exercised some power there. So how do you hear this even in jest kind of purchase of a cable network?
Good to be with you tonight.
Good to be with you as well.
Thanks for having me. I think that we should believe everything that is said coming from this administration. I don't think that we have the luxury to dismiss it as him being someone who's being funny or someone who is just being himself, or that is his brand. X, and you said in some ways, always. I feel like X, I don't know if anyone is on it in any capacity. I don't know if you're on it. And you're the only one? You're on it? You all are on it? Okay. I've actually decided to take a rest of peace, because it is not a peaceful place for me. And I know if, in fact, you don't agree with this current administration, most people can say that it's not a peaceful place. I wouldn't be surprised.
It's a social media site. It's a social media site, man. It's not a peaceful place. Folks, right now, current champion. There are children being blown to smithereens. The people being tortured and executed in Sudan, Gaza, and several other places around the globe. Blown to bits and pieces. And we got you up here talking about a social media platform being too violent for you. How we get these black people, man? Where we get it? Where'd they come from? Where'd this brand of black people come from? You know, like, really? Oh, but you're the resistance. You're the resistance. You're the resistance. You know what you are? You are the most recent recipient of the sports writer to political commentator starter pack Black Woman Kit edition. You don't have anything new to add to the conversation. You're going to repeat all the same narratives. You're going to maintain status quo. You will not be innovative, thoughtful, go outside the lines of the usual talking points of the Democratic Party. You will toe the line and be a very, very dutiful participant and employee of all things DNC. And right in line with that, here you go with this BS about, oh my God, conservatives have voices too. It's just pathetic, man. That's all. It's pathetic. And it's sad that these are the people that want to be the leaders, the next generation of leaders. No, you're the next generation of criers. You are crying. The Jamel Hill, Joy Reid branch of babyfication of blackness. I don't get it, man. We're supposed to be tougher than this. Maybe we do need to give an RFK Jr. type speech to some of these people. Maybe I ought to give it, instead of Van Lathan giving these long, bloated defenses of Juicy Smollett. How about that? These talking points. Just because you use a lot of words don't mean you're saying, just because you use a lot of words doesn't mean you are saying shit that matters. Okay? Let's keep going, folks.
If there was an actual bid made to take on MSNBC, but the fact that it just can't happen in real life.
And we
It
just
can't.
not
It's not even
officially
a
for sale.
Yeah, it's not
say.
officially
But
for sale.
The last
it's not
time
even
he
realistic.
mused about maybe buying something,
It's
he
not
ended
even
up doing
realistic in real life. But I do believe that media, everyone sitting here at this table, if you don't agree, we are in for some tough. We're in for some tough years ahead. I do believe that we are not going to be able to be as safe or say what we want to. I don't think free speech is.
What? We're not going to be as free to say what we want. We think free speech is what? What are you talking about? Oh, you will be just fine. It's the rest of us. It's the dissenting voices from the neoliberal bullshit that will have a problem. You've never been censored. What platform were you kicked off from when you were censored? What algorithms are you fighting? What shadow banning has neoliberals, liberals, whatever this is, whatever you are, not progressive? Come on. You write about sports. What shadow banning, what blocking, what censorship has the sports writer, current champion, endured? Someone deleted your tweet? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Be specific. What time, what day, what tweet was taken down of yours? What social media post of yours was deplatformed?
Going to be as free.
Now, Scott, I want to bring you in here because this kind of link to Orban, we don't pull it from nowhere. There was a former member of the Hungarian parliament who was writing in Politico who kind of talked about this effort by that government and how specific it was in terms of purchasing media specifically for propaganda. Do you hear why they're making that connection?
I mean, is the concern that certain media outlets would become propaganda arms of political ideologies? I mean, don't we already have that in this country at a large scale? I mean, also, I heard what you're saying about X. I saw a survey this week. It's now the most ideologically balanced user platform.
Scott,
of any platform.
stop. It's too early. I just sat down. I've only been here for 2 minutes.
You're going to be embarrassed when I tweet it out after the show, but
you
it's
cannot
true.
say that.
So,
That's not the case.
So
Who's the
source of that?
What I find, we reported it on this network.
I saw it. I reported it as well. And it's still, liberals are still up on like a point. It's like 48 to 47 or something. Yeah, X is a balanced platform. It's more conservative than Facebook, but it's not overly. It's like not even 50-50, sister. Yeah, you're just hearing from conservatives. You're not used to hearing from them because they're always censored, goofy. Yeah, they're always censored, so you're not used to seeing them. It's like when you get a car, right? And you thought it was like you're the only one with that car. You haven't seen a lot. But now that you have it, you see it everywhere. That's sort of what X is. Yeah, one time you think there was a lot of conservatives, and then you go to X, and you'll start seeing them a lot because that's where they are. That's where the conservatives are able to talk. But if you go to Truth Social or you go to Rumble, yeah, now that's right wing. That's more of an alternative than, like, come on, you're talking about Instagram and Facebook? Now, they don't have a problem with censorship because, they got a problem when they get censored. They don't have a problem with ideology. They got a problem with it's not their own ideology that they see. It's still just talking like safe spaces and shit. Current champion is about 50 years old. How you gonna be 50 still talking about safe spaces? Like, what are we doing here? What's going on, man? Like these are talking points. She's not even like in the third person, like other people feel this way. Some young people feel this way. I would entertain it. She's talking like it's her experience.
It's not accurate, and you know it.
Okay, I'll let you make your
Scott,
statement. But my point is
can I reframe it a different way? Because the site changed radically, right? So whether you think the voices it is somehow more balanced now, that's fine. But no doubt, Musk's influence is profound, and that you open it up and now you're there with his opinion and he is now part of this administration. So does anyone else think that there should be this greater concern about billionaires purchasing media companies?
Okay. Would you be worried if Bill Gates controlled MSNBC?
No, because he's sane.
Because MS in MSNBC
it was MS.
comes from Microsoft. It was a partnership between Microsoft and NBC way back in the 1990s, back when Microsoft was under investigation by Bill Clinton's DOJ for monopoly. I don't remember anybody panicking over MSNBC back then.
No, they definitely did. But yeah, continue. Well, like Fox was launching, MSNBC was launching. The cable news network was shifting.
Yeah, but he's right, though. His point is accurate, is that the problem is coming in because you don't like Elon Musk. It is saying because he's not, you say he's sane. I don't know Bill Gates at all. I don't think any billionaire is sane, actually. Yeah, I don't think any billionaire is really sane. Like, if you mean like whatever normal is. I mean, they got the type of money that just, it's the things that Bill Gates is accused of doing, that's just that cool. What about George Soros? These guys are maniacs. Like, they talk like Elon Musk is the only billionaire in the world. Bloomberg is just the stop and frisk guy. What about all the other billionaires? There's a lot of billionaires in America doing a lot of things, but the only focus, the only one they care about is Elon Musk because he has X. What about all the other social media platforms he doesn't have? Who runs them? And most of those are left, or I should say, centrist or liberal leaning, or afraid of the Democratic Party. That might even be a better way to put it. Under the thumb of the Democrats, or somehow associated with the Democrats. That's what they are.
Landscape.
But isn't the issue that the left has gotten so used to controlling almost all institutional information distribution arms in this country that when one little piece of it, whether it's X or MSNBC or anything else, gets taken away, the panic is so outrageous. I mean, that's how used to the left is having control of.
Yeah, it's like a temper tantrum. But look at her face. Her mouth is open like flies are flying through. It's the truth. That's what this all is. It's one platform. And you're so upset because you can't control this one platform. There's still Facebook. There's still YouTube. YouTube is more to the progressive. Well, not to the progressive. I keep saying progressive. Everything's not progressive, okay? More to the liberal side of the house, okay? And I don't hear you complaining about that. Know what I'm saying? This is what it is. Hell, half the large language models are leaning towards the left. You know how hard it got to be for me to like frame my content that's like critical of the Democrats? I sometimes got to lie to the algorithm like I'm talking about Trump just for them to like correct something or to edit something with using these AI tools because it's so biased for you guys. That's one of the reasons why I say you guys are the greater evil. Because you got more control. You got more mechanisms. You got more oversight. That's part of the problem. And Kerry, I'm disappointed, man. I really am. I'm disappointed.
I don't think that that's an accurate assessment when you look at something like Sinclair Broadcasting Group that has purchased most of the local newspapers and local television stations and sends out distributed information that their anchors are supposed to follow for the correspondence. That is a conservative leaning group. I think the difference, though, I'm not siding with Elon Musk at all here.
Ashley, how many radio stations? How many radio stations did Soros buy recently? I heard it was 200. Let me get this right. Soros just bought 200 radio stations. Elon has one social media platform that he paid through the nose for. That everyone said, I say it's going to tank. It ain't going to be successful. You advertisers flee. They fleed away from it. They flew. They flew from it. They fleed. I guess fleed's a word. They left. And somebody was able to right the ship. He had to charge people. And I'm not defending him. But yeah, I am kind of because it's one platform in a sea of other platforms that are not that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to let her finish, but Soros has 200 radio stations. And I don't think you said anything, Ashley. I don't think you and Carrie and other lady had anything to say. Oh, because he's sane, right? Him sane.
The one thing to point out is that platforms are not regulated right now, which gives them carte blanche to whatever they want right now. Elon is not someone who likes to be regulated. And so to buy MSN, he would go under some federal regulations.
Who's regulating CNN right now?
The FCC.
We're not a broadcast. It's cable.
I mean, I don't really think cable stations are under the same regulatory structure
doesn't go over public airwaves.
that broadcast is.
It's definitely regulated more than the
Oops! Didn't know what you were talking about, but we're talking, sister. That's true. Ain't no FCC guidelines of cable news media. They set their own parameters of what they will allow and what they won't allow. That's what it is. Social media is supposed to be the wild, wild west, baby. Unless it's somehow inciting violence, chill and go to another website. You just want to control the people that are on there. You don't want them even just having conversations that you can't control and govern. Can you imagine that? Bunch of old-ass sellouts. Young, old sellouts. How you going to be young and a sellout at the same damn time? Why can't you just go to a platform you'd rather be in? Yeah.
than Facebook and
There's
Twitter.
still, what she's saying is that there's still a litmus test of journalism that you have to pass. You can't
That you
come
don't
on TV.
have.
That's what she's saying. Oh, thank you, Curry. This telepathy, this mind talking. I didn't know, man. I thought you were just a great sports writer. I had no idea that you could read minds. You know what someone's saying, even if they're not saying it. You're all right with me, man. I misjudged you. I thought you were a regular human being. You actually have the ability of telepathy. Impressive.
And just make up things and say things. That happens on X. Please don't give me the eyebrow furrow as if you don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, look at this. Oh, God. Hey, look. Hey, nothing for nothing. Not the best look. That's a CNN contributor, huh? You're not the best look. Don't give you the eyebrow furrow. Yeah, she's trying to antagonize him and get him to say something in response that she can then start crying like Angela Rye and try to get him off the air. And these people are dirty, man. That's dirty. He can't make facial expressions. I saw her like this. Nothing was said. No one said, hey, close your mouth. Why are you looking so shocked? Why are you looking so bewildered? Like what I'm saying is impossible, implausible. No one said that shit, but she can, and people will say, so what? She's just sassy. I like her. You go, girl. You told him. See, that I don't like. I do not like. I think that's a double standard. When people get saucy with you, and if you come back and get saucy, then I'm a victim. That's what happens.
It happens often on X. I can go and say the color is blue, and I will be met with so many disrespect.
People don't like Democrats right now. Live with it. They don't like Democrats. Block them. Blocker. You know how many people I've had to block? Had to block a bunch of Tim, he don't like whatever thing. I forget. Anything. Just complaining and nagging. Go watch what you want to watch. I'm not forcing you to watch this program. I'm not forcing you to agree with me. I'm no shit like that. I'm not invading your space. It's the algorithm. I'm not doing it. But this right here, we can't have. Look, man, I might respond to something you say. If you put out a tweet, this is how this works. If you put out a tweet on Twitter and people respond to it and you don't like the way they respond, maybe you should have put the tweet out. Maybe you should leave. But guess what? If you're on Instagram, if you're on TikTok, if you put out a piece of content and people see it, because that's why you put it out. It's not like people are hacking your computer to find out your thoughts. Unlike you, we're not telepathic. We can't get into people's minds and know what they're thinking like you, Carrie. So that means you put out your thoughts into the world. If some of the people that respond disagree with you, Okay, you're supposed to go good. I'm getting more exposure. That's what I do. I go good. People are talking about it. That's why I put it out. You're supposed to put out content and thoughts in today's age on social, not just for people to agree with you, but to start a conversation. When I start a poll and I ask questions, when I put out my video content, this live stream is not for everybody to agree with me. Now, if they're going to spend the whole time in the comment section calling me names, well, Buck's going to throw them out. But if they just disagree, Buck doesn't kick them. He doesn't throw you out because you disagree. Only if you spend the whole time dragging my ass. That's how we run our shit. That's how we love Buck. But back to you, Carrie, and back to everyone watching, man. If you're on social media, it's the wild, wild west. That's a good thing. You'll find your tribe. Carrie wants to be a CNN contributor. She is a CNN contributor. She has a huge platform. Some people are going to disagree. I disagree with her. I should be able to say what I disagree about her about. She should be able to say she disagrees or ignore me like they mostly do because they are afraid I'll get bigger. They're afraid people will listen to me, so they won't respond. You don't think Roland hasn't heard me roasting his ass? Yes. His fear is if you feed the animals get bigger. If you put out content, people get to respond. That's the rule.
Respectful remarks. No one's regulating the N-word. No one's regulating.
Oh, God. Hell, we need to regulate the N-word our damn selves. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want a bunch of white guys running around on my content talking to me saying the N-word. But you can regulate the N-word. If someone calls you that, you can hit that thing and report them and get their ass kicked off the platform. That's your job. What you want a bunch of people going around looking for other people using the N-word? Some people use the N-word in conversation, Carrie. Some people just say it. Jesus, man, these people are really, I'm really becoming an opposition to the normie Democrats, man. They are horrible, man. They are seriously horrible. Now she wants everybody regulated. That's a talking point of Democrats who can't hack it, who just lost an election. That's bitterness. That's busted up feelings. That's soft cookie cutter, crumb cake, snowflake mentality. Losing an election, now the whole world got to change. All because people didn't want Kamala.
The criticism, no one is regulating how people are treated.
How much government regulation of the First Amendment are you for?
Let me tell you something.
Until she's comfortable, until no one says anything that makes her upset. So let her tell you something. I'm speaking.
Here and I just started calling you all kind of names. Do you think the bosses would let me continue to do that?
I mean, it happens to me occasionally. I don't know if you watch the show.
It doesn't happen to you, but it doesn't happen for me. And I know that I wouldn't be able to do that. There's a level of professionalism in what we do here because we are journalists.
But you know, social media is not CNN, goofy. It's apps made by individual people for the public. Why would you want to pretend like it's you go into a house party and going, where's the bouncers? Where's the people parking my valet in my car? You at a house party, goofy. Where's your red cup? It's a bring your own beer. Bring your own date. Park at your own risk. That's what it is. Why are you acting like you don't understand? That's because they're money. That's because your career opportunities dictate that you don't understand. Ain't that right? How much more of this we got, guys?
We adhere to something, at least morally. And there is no moral compass on this thing called
You're also having a conversation about a person who has the ear of the White House in a very profound way. And you have had the former president, the president-elect, talking about yanking licenses, right? As part of the broader Republican argument.
If you disagree.
Oh, you mean because they doctored that you mean that interview that was doctored by CBS 60 Minutes? You mean that interview where they changed Kamala's answer to reflect a different response to a different answer because her original answer was long, convoluted mess and jumbled, gnarled, word salad-ly, utterly disgusting, unappetizing dish of random auto parts and debris instead of a coherent message that made sense that people could follow that would actually help her get elected or actually put her favorable in the public eye. You mean that? You mean that 60 Minutes? That CBS? You mean that? Huh? That what you referring to? The collusion between media and the Democratic Party to make their nominee look better when she was sounding horrible? You mean that? And then put it out? Edit the clip and put it out? That's not a difference of opinion. That's journalistic integrity. That's really to the point you were making earlier. But now it won't apply, will it? Now it won't apply because it doesn't help your argument. Now you're going to defend the news entity that doctored that did not follow journalistic ethics because Trump called it out. And you can't ever agree with Trump, even when he's right. Trump can come in here and say, hey guys, it's 12:15. You go, no, it's not. That's a racist watch you have on your arm, and that time is racist. And you hate women, and you hate black people, and you hate the time. Because you have to. Because that's the dictation. That's what's been dictated by the Democratic Party. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's pathetic. So what's frustrating for me, and hopefully one day I can get to let it fall off like Scott Jennings lets that shit roll off. I need to be like that, John. Honestly, I need to just let a player play, and let a liar lie, and let the gaslighter light gases or pass gases, whatever you're gonna do. I need to get better at that because, frankly, guys, like you know what I'm saying, life's too short, and their lives are too tall, and I don't have the strength. But I can tell you this, guys. I can tell you that what they're cooking here is garbage. We do not need more regulation. And they're only talking about it because they lost. They'd have been quiet. Now they want to blame everything. Now they blame X for Kamala losing. They don't blame her for burning through $1.5 billion, her campaign, for not going on platforms that invited her. They invited her on that platform. They gave her an invitation. She turned down an opportunity to speak to millions of people towards the end of an election. And then she wants to come out and say how, I like good work. We love good work. Good work is good work. Hard work is good work. You wouldn't even go on a podcast to reach millions of people while you burn through all that damn money. But hard work is good work. Not that kind of work. I don't want to do the work that puts me in front of millions of people for free. No, I don't want that. I want the type of hard work. What kind of work do you really want? And so because of all the shortcomings of the Kamala Harris campaign, now we got to listen to this shit. Man, I liked it when Trump lost, not because he lost, but we didn't have to hear shit. Yeah, whenever Democrats lose, we got to hear a bunch of whining for at least 2 years. It's going to be continuous lying and gaslighting and finger pointing all the way up into the midterms. Because Lord knows they cannot admit wrong. Lord knows they cannot accept responsibility for their own failures. I'm still waiting for them to blame Russia and China. I know it's coming. That bus is always on time. They're probably already doing it. I'm just not paying enough attention. Folks, we're on the right side. That's all I can say. You and I, we're on the right side. Neither. The people's side. The truth. And whoever's saying truth, that's the side I'm on. I ain't got to agree with them politically. I ain't got to want to have a beer with them. We ain't got to sing songs together. We ain't got to even like the same tacos. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. I may want my crab steamed. They would want theirs boiled. That's a travesty. That is sacrilegious. I can't believe you did that. But it's blasphemous. But hey, to each his own. Crab balls, if you watch none of you like, man, That brother don't know what he's missing. Anyway, look, we're on the right side of justice. Let's stay there. Don't cave in. Keep up the fight.